cmpradio.net, the voice of Chester.
I need to get to the engine to take control of this train.
Recapping the week like no one else.
Speaking of football players,
My man T.O.
Yo, did you hear?
T.O. in the news? Well, what happened? What happened with this guy, the delivery driver?
Oh, what, T.O.?
You beat up a delivery driver?
No, that's a woman.
Oh.
She's kind of faded in the background in the photo though. So
like
he
Bush.
he was rolling through his neighborhood and then he got accosted by her.
Her?
Yeah.
A Karen?
Yeah, he got
Came
Karen.
to T.O.?
She called, or he called the cops, or she called the cops. I think he did.
He did?
Yeah, because the cops showed up. That's for sure.
She seen a big black.
She told him slow down. We got the video. Is that video right behind that picture, P?
Good, what's up, sir?
What's going on, folks?
I'm driving to my mailbox. She telling me I'm speeding, telling me to slow down.
Slow down, and he rolled down his window and he started harassing.
First of all, I didn't harass you. She telling me to slow down. I said, what do you mean slow down? I said, yo, I'm just going to the mailbox. Then she goes, get the f*** out the middle of the road.
You almost hit me.
First of all, I almost hit you. Now you're just making up stuff.
No, I literally
Just like a Karen.
You almost hit me.
How did I almost hit you and I'm going to the mailbox?
I was a Karen.
Yeah, I called you a Karen when I came over here after you said I called the police. Absolutely.
I wasn't, but I asked him to slow down and he got out of the car and started harassing me. He put his car in park.
Right, because you're going to yell at me and telling me I almost hit you, and I didn't.
But you didn't have to get out of your car.
You didn't have to talk to me that way either. Karen?
A black man approaching a white woman.
First of all, you
didn't have to get out of your fucking
Oh
car.
my God.
Then they start crying.
Oh, you can hear it in her voice.
And then the white cop, then the white cop comes, oh, yo, listen, man, you're a big black guy, you know, you can hurt her. Well, she should shut
By your
up.
presence. Oh my goodness. You see, and I love how she threw that in there. You're a black man approaching a white woman. T.O. should have said, I don't know what happened after that, but T.O. should have said, listen, have you seen that? Did you see that opener to the Monday night game when I played with the Eagles? Nicholas Sheridan? White women approaching me. Thank you very much.
Let's keep it a bit. But that's what they do, bro. Then they get to crying, then the cop feels sorry, then the next thing, I'm glad did he get arrested? No. Did he get tased?
No.
He ain't get nothing?
No.
Was the cop black?
No, they sounded white to me from hearing them in the background.
You sound white to me.
It's the D train
I'm on train 681. We've been hijacked.
with Darren DeVoue.
Hello and good morning. Welcome aboard the D Train with Darren DeVoue on this Sunday morning. Funny that you put the sun up, Mom. Good morning. Because it's pretty cloudy out here. It's one of them lazy feeling kind of Sundays. Like you just want to cuddle up on the couch with a good show, a book, glass of wine, in and out for the day. Joined behind the glass as always by the prodigious Uncle P. How you feeling, P?
I'm good. How you feeling?
I can't complain. Don't forget the D-Train's brought to you in part by LeBron Construction for all your home renovation needs and updates. Go to the Facebook page for LeBron Construction LLC and see what I'm talking about. LeBron Construction gives good deck. Now, that would probably
Gives
not
good what?
deck, like DECK. But now
You
I
thought
admit
about
that
it.
would probably not fly with most stations if you're going to be trying to use that as an
LeBron
advertisement.
Construction gives good deck.
Whoa, Nelly.
Yeah, that doesn't work.
Oh, man. What a weekend so far, P. We
Yeah.
got,
You think so?
yeah.
Okay.
Well, weekend coming to an end with this, as we get the weekend's over, I guess, technically speaking. So that's what makes this the best way to start your week. Pete, see what I did there? You see?
You like D, huh? Darren DeVoue. Double D. Damn.
All right, would it be better if I said LeBron Construction is a dexpert? He's a dexpert. Is what he does.
You gotta talk to LeBron Construction about that.
All right. We'll work on it.
Right.
Back to the drawing board.
Please. Please.
Oh my goodness, man. Friday night, I ran into P up in the low hills of Pennsylvania, Phoenixville specifically, as the Clippers were taking on the Phoenixville Phantoms, moving to 3-0 with a 47-10 victory over Phoenixville in Phoenixville's home opener. Quite the game.
Yeah, it was.
Bad news for Clippers fans. Your team gave up points.
Another bad news for Clippers fans, you didn't know who none of the players were.
Yeah.
And you called the Phoenixville the Pioneers.
When did I say that? I did say at the end.
At the end.
I said Pioneers.
Yeah, and it was Phoenixville, Oh, you leaning on stuff. Yeah, things get to moving over there.
Lean with it, rock with it.
Got it the wrong way.
I know, right? How about that? I just noticed that. Thank you, Mr. Helpful. Freshman quarterback Jalen Thomas, another big game.
Yeah.
Harris, God damn it.
God damn it, what?
Why did I keep calling that boy?
Harris, Jalen Thompson.
And the guy I grew up, spent so many years, decades of my life with, his last name is Harris. And when I first looked at Jalen Harris's name, I said, that'll be easy to remember. And so then when you turn around, I kept saying, for some reason, there must have been a Jalen Thompson in the news.
No, it was Noble Thompson is the running back. So,
right. Okay. There we go. Yeah. Another big game for Noble Thompson on both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
Quite the player. Stout fella, too.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. What'd you think, P?
I think it was, shout out to all the organizations.
Okay.
Chester Panthers, Chester Township Cougars, Upland Hurricanes. These programs have been in place to teach our children fundamental football. They have a love for the game. They want to play the game, and that's key, right? So I don't care what organization you're a part of. All of your players were on the field on Friday.
Right, they all feed into the same river,
and they worked out well. These players, these Clippers right here, they love to play football.
And they enjoy it. Like they're having fun. Like, yeah, there's something.
It's not like they just hitting. And I'm not saying the programs before weren't good, but it was never Chester driven. So, shout out to all the programs, and major shout out to Coach LaDante Bell, right, who has fostered a belief in his players that if you put God first, everything else will work out. And
the flexibility throughout the game, because, like you seen him, like last year I used to joke about it, how he forgoes points with the kicking game, but you saw that yesterday, a couple of extra points, went for a field goal. I was like, oh, look at you. Well, like they say, I saw you reading the 48 Laws of Power. They often quote Sun Tzu. Yeah. Sun Tzu says a general should adjust the conditions on the battlefield as they occur.
Yeah.
So, there you go. Clippers are on the road, next Saturday at 11 o'clock against Interboro. Big conference game there. So, we'll see what happens with that. They're 3-0. I checked the rankings. Right now, they're 77th in the states, but that doesn't reflect the results from Friday. Okay. So there you go. So we'll check back with that on Monday.
I know. I mean, you talking about all the records that Jalen is on course to break it, right? Just like locally, high school touchdowns, then Delaware County, then statewide. I mean, if they got 7 more games and he get 4 or 5 more touchdowns per game, man, that'd be major, man.
Right.
You feel me? And the fact that he loves playing for Chester, you feel me? It's different as opposed to somebody that just wants to play football. You feel me?
And that's what makes them a fun watch.
Yeah.
Even during the dance on the right before the fourth quarter, they do some kind of. I'm looking at this young man.
That was his brother.
What is this young man doing with his body there on the sideline? But it was quite the display. Watching those fellas play football. I do have...
Dante said shout out to the Clippers offensive line. Like the whole team from top
the protection
to bottom.
That the protection that Harris got.
Just say his
Jalen. How about that?
because they were correcting you all on the live.
Oh man, I am so sorry.
And then you called Darren, his brother. You call him Darren.
Oh man,
I was like, damn.
Man. Butcher, like a butcher
It
with
felt good
an
not to be
apron
that
on.
person. It felt good not to be that person. Like, damn, Darren. Damn, they coming for you. But no,
I'm sure. And I was checking the feed because I was like, okay, who's at halftime? I checked it. Like, all right, who's trashing me?
Right.
who's talking? About?
He need to shut up and let him play football. But I thought it was good, man. I listened to the whole thing. You feel me? Like, you know, I think that's what. And instead of just being silent and letting the announcer say something over the speakers, you know, the fact that you're engaging with the audience is very critical.
Right. And I felt like I was warming up as the game went on. Like I felt more comfortable. And mind you, it was first game in the year. Well,
ever. Lay off the weed, Darren.
Who said that again?
Dante. See? I don't think it was weed, Dante.
Oh,
special
my
sauce.
goodness. A special? No, I didn't have any. Actually, I only had a glass of wine after. I didn't even have that.
Right.
Like a little glass. I got back and took like 2-3 sips and I fell asleep on Bill Maher.
Right.
Like, yeah, I was watching.
You were tired, man.
Yeah, worked the double the day before. So yeah. But I do have to say, I do have to apologize to. I do have an apology to make.
We apologizing too.
Listen, I have to be the big man because
tell everyone that we just switched to Verizon's new plan for just
my man, number 13, Samir Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I was a little heated last Saturday's game. I was like, these yellow cleats keep making me think that I'm looking at flags on the ground. Then I saw the gloves. I was like, oh my goodness, look at these yellow gloves. He is killing me. And then he turned around and that momentum swing towards the end of the first half there when, the Clippers were down, 10-6? And then turned around and it felt like 30 seconds.
Right.
It was hard to tell as far as game time. It was hard to tell with the clock being off. But, you know, Samir Brown's 2 long plays. That one play where he caught that short pass over the middle and it looked like Jerry Rice-esque as he outran everybody in the area code on his way to the end zone.
Mm-hmm.
But and then that long bomb where Harris found him, both scores, like that really put the chokehold on the daggone momentum right there. And
Because Phoenixville had it. They were hype. You know,
right.
They were running plays. They was moving the ball, and then it was just over. Yeah.
And that was that.
Yeah.
So
shout out to the defense, man. Heck of a defense. A lot of good young men out there, right? That have futures playing college football. You know, so. And
that's what I was sitting there thinking to myself, oh, these young fellas. But I was like, daggone it. Please don't let these streets get to these young boys.
Nah, as long as they remain focused on who they are and what they want, you have to want something. You feel me? Like you got to say, listen, I want to play in the NFL. I want to play in college. You have to want that.
Right.
If you don't want it, no one can make you want it. You know what I mean? So a lot of these athletes, man, they're on top of their game, bro.
So I have to issue this statement to Mr. Brown.
All right, I apologize.
You're really sorry.
I'm really, really sorry. I apologize unreservedly.
You take it back.
I do. I offer a complete and utter retraction. The imputation was totally without basis in fact and was in no way fair comment and was motivated purely by malice. And I deeply regret any distress that my comments may have caused you or your family. And I hereby undertake not to repeat any such slander at any time in the future.
And I had to consult my lawyer for that one.
Your liar.
So, my lawyer for that one. Yeah, he does that too.
You're a professional liar, right? You're right, man. Like when you slip up and say words, you be right.
Freudian slips.
Right. You be right.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, man. Well, the Eagles kick off today, Pete.
Oh man.
So you looking forward to that one, I assume?
No.
Oh, no?
No.
I thought.
No.
I'm looking forward to the season kicking off. Well, the season technically kicked off Thursday, but yeah. I mean, this is when, as Eagles fans, this is when the season begins for us, right?
I guess.
All right.
The season don't start till playoff time.
Okay.
Right.
All right, there you go.
This is just practice.
This okay.
Right,
Well,
right.
I said a couple weeks ago, the first 3 weeks nowadays, with the way they don't hit during camp. The first 3 weeks are the new preseason.
Getting hit all of their lives. These people didn't just. It's not like when you say preseason isn't. Oh, they're gonna start off slow. How can professionals start off slow? They've been getting hit all their lives. They just were in college getting hit, in high school getting hit, in midget league getting hit. How? How can they see this? How can you say that they're not going to be able to get hit?
Okay.
Or take a hit?
They're good and concussed already.
They should be. Yeah, they're right prime. They're prime for action.
Boy, he's dizzy. Nice and dizzy. Get him on the field.
Yeah, but we playing the Detroit Lions in Detroit. You feel me? I hear, Philadelphia always travels well.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? They got nothing but standing room only. Like, people want to be there. So, Deuce Staley said we're going to punch him in the mouth.
Okay. The Deuce Staley revenge game?
Yeah. He was with him last year, no? Yeah. He was with him last year when we mopped him. So,
Oh.
Yeah.
You know what, Pete?
What?
With the Eagles' offensive line, and though it was Detroit they got that exposure that comes from Hard Knocks, so they're going to be a favorite of fans going in, but you're also going to get the personality of the team was very, because they played close games last year before the Hard Knocks appearance. Like they were in every game. Their record was not reflective of their effort.
And their effort, right? Yeah. And your opinion,
right?
And how much is your opinion worth?
Not a damn thing,
right?
But anyway, but I'm saying I think Detroit they are 4.5 point underdogs today at 1:00. What do you see happen there? I'm going to say we've talked about this before. Actually, the line moved up half a point because when we talked about it last week, it was 4. Yeah, right. So the hook is the crook all the time. So I'm going to take the Lions, P.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to take the Lions, but I believe the Eagles will win. I don't think the Eagles will cover.
I believe that we will win.
Right.
Now I'm gonna take the Eagles. I'll
Okay.
take the Eagles plus 4.5 or minus 4.5.
Okay.
And the Eagles will win by 10.
Oh, that sucks. Hold on here. Let me put this down because actually I'm 0-1 to start the season. I took the Rams.
Yeah, you would.
I thought the defending champion at home.
I don't know how you thought that.
But the Rams have no home field advantage, man. Their fans show up right before halftime,
right.
And it's mostly
it's
other
LA.
team fans showing up.
You feel me? Like,
they got all kinds. I got hiking, I got wine, I got the beach, I got all kinds of things. Oh yeah, there's a game.
I'm gonna go catch a game.
I'll get to it later.
Yeah.
So yeah. So we'll mark the Eagles game off. I got you down, P. All right. So next up, with that said, P, let's go to the money line.
It's time to divert to the money line.
So you're gonna bribe some senators to legalize gambling?
Legalize sports gambling.
He's a gentleman gambler.
When Darren runs down the spreads.
Well, you do know what a bookie does, don't you?
Yeah, it pays you.
And tells us where the long and short money is.
All right, you want some easy money, huh? Then you got a crack at your easy money.
Please join us for our first.
Oh, geez. P. Yeah. All right, let's look ahead here. All right, so today, first game we got is the 49ers at the Bears. 49ers are 6.5 point dogs. And the Bears are the road team. The home team. Bears have a iffy offensive line against the 49ers, strong defensive line. I'm taking the Niners to cover, even though Trey Lance is getting one of his few starts. You got your face all cringed up. What are you thinking, P?
I'm rocking with Chicago.
You rocking with Chicago?
Chicago's not the underdog. They're their favorite, right?
No, they're 6.5 point dogs.
Oh no.
No.
I don't have it being a 6.5 point game. So,
So you think it's going to be tighter?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. There we go. All right.
Yeah. So I'll take the Bears.
Got you. Okay.
The Bears.
The Bears. All right. So next up we got the Doug Peterson revenge game. or Revenge Bowl, if you will. Doug Peterson leads the Jaguars into Washington to take on the Commanders and the quarterback who ran his ass out of here, Carson Wentz. The Commanders are actually 2.5-point favorites. Mm-hmm. And P, who are you going with?
I like Doug.
Okay, there we go.
I got the Jaguars winning by a point.
Okay,
20-21. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I like the Jags to win overall, and I got two. My decision only comes down to 2 words: right. Carson Wentz.
Right, pretty much.
So yeah. Next up, we got the Steelers at the Bengals. Steelers are 6.5-point underdogs, facing the loser of this past Super Bowl, the Bengals.
I got the Bengals.
You got the Bengals?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think this is going to be one of the worst seasons that Pittsburgh has had in a long time.
Oh, don't say that.
Yeah, I don't know anybody on their team, and that's not normal for you not to know. Plus, I'm not a Pittsburgh fan for real. I'm just a Philadelphia, Pennsylvania fan. So
okay.
I rock with them in the AFC, but I don't have them beating the Bengals. The Bengals? You talking about the Bengals?
I don't know if they'll win, but I'm going with the way Pittsburgh develops. They got Mitch Trubisky, who might get a little bit of coaching as opposed to what he got in Chicago. Steelers' offensive line is iffy as well as the Bengals, even though the Bengals were able to get to the Super Bowl, so Joe Burrow can deal with some heat, I guess. But
the Bengals? I'm talking about the Bengals.
I'm going to take the Steelers to cover but not win.
And they're favored by what?
Oh, the Steelers are 6.5-point underdogs. I think it'll be a little closer than that.
Nah.
No? Okay. You're sticking by it.
Talking about Joe Burrow and what's
versus Mitch Trubisky.
What's his wide receiver's name?
Oh, I forget that.
Chase.
Chase.
Yeah, I don't think it's Young because
that's for a defensive end for Washington, who's out as well.
Yeah.
So that's another part of my decision for Washington. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Ooh.
Hey, kiddo. So what were you saying, Faye?
Yeah. So I take the Bengals.
Okay.
They'll win by 15.
Oh, shucks. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Damn.
I don't really fear the Pittsburgh defense anymore.
Okay.
It was once a time where that's what you did. You played Pittsburgh. You know you was going against a rough defense. Okay. I don't know, man. This is going to be a rough season. And it starts off early.
Mike Tomlin, fellow Kappa Alpha Psi member.
First losing season.
No, you think you're predicting his first losing season?
Yeah. I see 7-9 on the horizon.
Ooh.
And that's giving him something.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Dang.
It's not his fault though.
Okay, that's true. Next, this game was tough for me. Saints are 5.5-point favorites at the Falcons. Now the Saints are replacing their head coach Sean Payton. You're going to be dealing with Jameis Winston full time, and without the reins that Peyton would put on him in terms of game planning, because you paying for the whole Jameis Winston experience, boy. There are some games he's gonna get you 4 touchdowns, 1 interception, and there's another game where he's gonna get you 3 interceptions that are totally numbskulled and harebrained. So I kind of liked how the Falcons stayed in a lot of games toward the end of the year, even though they got that new coach. They got some young talent. They got a nice mix of young, new talent. The experience. It's a tough one. That Saints defense, I'm going to go with the Saints. What about you, P?
Yeah, I'll take the Saints.
Okay. All right. So next up, that takes us to the Panthers, who are 1.5-point favorites at home against the Browns in the Baker Mayfield Revenge Bowl. Baker Mayfield, of course, pretty much ran out of town once the Browns signed Deshaun Watson, our favorite creep boy.
Oh, he didn't run.
So, yeah, I'm thinking, Browns, 1.5-point spread. You're pretty much whoever you're picking, you're picking to win.
You're picking to win. Right. So, yeah, I'll take the Browns.
You want to take the Browns?
Yeah.
All right, daggone, P. We have a difference of opinion once again, because I am going to.
You can't just be pausing like that.
Yeah, pregnant pause. 9 months pregnant. I'm going to go with the Panthers. I'm going to go with the Panthers. I can't even explain why. Now, this game didn't cause me much pause. Up next.
Bad pick.
You think bad pick, Jordan?
Bad pick.
Okay. All right, next up, we got the Jets who have the Ravens coming to visit.
Ravens.
Yeah, right. The Ravens are 6.5-point favorites.
Just keep on moving.
Yeah. Don't think, on this show, don't think, don't blink. Go and take your money to the counter and say Ravens, please.
Now 6.5 points, but they 6. I give them 6.
Okay. Wait, you think the Ravens are going to not cover then? Half a point?
It's a possibility.
Okay.
You feel me? If you're betting for money, you're putting the money on the wood.
Okay.
It's a possibility, but I like the Ravens in this game though.
Okay. I'm thinking Lamar is going to. The contract negotiations are shut off.
Get the season done.
Right, let's go. It's got to make this money. So
pay me.
Pay me.
Have I not done what y'all asked me to do?
And that worked out well for Baltimore before with Joe Flacco not playing. You were watching his performance against the Niners in that Super Bowl, and you were like, the whole time I'm sitting there doing that line from Goodfellas, F you, pay me. All right, so there we go there. Both of us are going with the Ravens. Dolphins are having the Patriots come to visit, and the Dolphins are 3.5-point favorites.
Oh.
Patriots team, not as talented as in years past. They got that sophomore quarterback, Mac Jones, though. They replaced the offensive coordinator's changed. Josh McDaniels, I believe, moved on to the Raiders. I'm always itching to kick dirt on the grave of the Patriots. This is probably not a good pick. I'm betting with my emotion here, but I am going to go with the Dolphins, who are actually looking to win, 4th straight over the Patriots. Now, mind you, the Dolphins have a new coach this year after they let go of Brian Flores. But I think, I'm feeling it. I'm going with it. P had to step out, so we'll get his opinion on that one in a second. Meanwhile, Texans taking on the Colts at home -7. I'm going with 7, though. That's pretty high. I'm going to take the Texans. I don't think the Colts can cover that 7, but it's tempting. But a Lovie Smith defense. Lovie Smith is the coach of the Texans. Offense going to have to inch its way down the field against his typical cover 2. Frank Reich. Oh, he's got Matt Ryan as opposed to Carson Wentz. Matt Ryan is a patient quarterback. He doesn't turn the ball over. I'm going to go with the Colts. No, I'm going with the Texans. Texans. Here comes P. P, quickly. Patriots at Dolphins, 3.5 point. Dolphins are 3.5 point faves.
I got the Patriots.
Oh, shoot. Okay. You're taking it. So once again, on. It's just a matter who's. Okay, yeah.
Then you said the Texans and the who?
Texans are hosting the Colts. Colts are 7-point favorites.
I got the Colts.
Okay. On. We were just.
Matt Ryan, bro.
I'm feeling Matt Ryan, but I'm one.
The Texans. Who do the Texans have as quarterback?
They have no one. Davis Mills. So you're like, who? I have no idea who that is.
Take the Colts.
Okay. In our next game, Titans taking on the Giants in Nashville. Titans are 5.5 point favorites. I'm a believer in Mike Vrabel and his coaching program.
Is their running back?
And exactly.
Is the monster back? Yeah. I was watching a joint. He took 99 yards. He threw like 3 people around. I said, man, he was running like that.
That kind of size and that kind of speed. Right. It's hard for me to remember a back that big and that fast. Like, I can't remember. I can't even. I have no one to compare it to. Maybe, the Nigerian Nightmare, Christian Okoye. He was huge like that, but he wasn't that fast. Even Eddie George. Eddie George was almost as big as Derrick Henry, but not as fast. That combination.
Yeah, when he put his hands on you, he put his hands on you. I saw him. I said, he's just going to throw somebody down on the ground like that.
So P, you taking? Wait, who you taking? Giants or no? Wait, did we skip one? Hold on, let's click that. We're done with that one. Done with that one. All right, so Giants at Titans. I'm taking the Titans. And P, you're taking the Titans as well?
Who do the Giants have?
The Giants have a new head coach.
Right.
Is what they have. They got Danny Dimes going up against a Mike Variable defense.
No, I'm good. I'll take the Titans.
Okay, so
going down to that game too.
What's that? Who's going on?
I'm gonna go see the Broncos and the Titans.
Oh, no fooling. What made you pick those two games? Just curious. Those two, okay. Because I mean, like that's always interesting.
I always wanted to go to
fan cultures and
always wanted to go to a different, stadium.
Right.
Tighten up. You feel me? So I fool with the Titans.
Okay. And I've heard Nashville's a very fun town.
Yeah.
So,
go down there. You feel me? And see the sights and get away.
It's more progressive as far as the South goes. Next up, we got the Packers, 1.5-point favorites as they take on the Vikings.
I got the Packers.
It's a tough pick.
They don't have no wide receivers, but
right.
They do have that gym back there at quarterback. So with you can make anybody
laser
look
arm.
good.
Yeah, right.
All you gotta do is catch the ball.
You're not feeling Kirk Cousins at home against the Vikings chant. That Vikings chant that the crowd does before the game.
No, I'm not.
I'm not trusting the Vikings defense, no matter so that evens out the loss of Devontae Adams for me. So yeah, I'm gonna go with P. And I'm going to pick the Packers up. I'll cut you off, Pete. What'd you say?
You ain't cut me off. I haven't trusted Kirk Cousins since he got drafted.
Yeah, man. He's streaky. He's streaky. Next up, we got Raiders taking on the Chargers in San Diego. Chargers are 3.5-point favorites.
I like the Chargers.
I like the Chargers as well, and a lot of it has to do with their defense. So I'm going to go. We're both taking the Chargers. All right, next up, we got the Chiefs taking on the Cardinals in Phoenix, and the Chiefs are -6.
I'm going to take the Cardinals.
Oh, shucks. Okay. Now, on what basis?
The 6 points.
Okay.
You feel me? Okay. The 6 points is more than enough to be like, all right, what can Kyler Murray do?
Okay, and they have a habit over the past few seasons of starting off hot.
Right. And staying close.
Right.
You feel me? So I'm not going to say they're going to win.
All right.
They're not going to lose by 7 points.
Okay.
You feel me?
I'm thinking
they can put up points too. They got wide receivers. They got weapons. You feel
Even
me?
without DeAndre Hopkins, who's going to be out for the first few games, probably 6 games, PEDs. Yeah. You shouldn't have to, but I mean they take them because they work.
See the size of that boy's hands.
Who DeAndre Hopkins?
Yes.
Oh yeah, big old.
Yeah, mitts. It's like damn, boy. Just shake his hand, just whole hand,
right.
just suck the. I'm like, oh, bro, I'm good. I don't want to shake your hand, bro.
Oh, P's taking the Cardinals. I'm taking. You know what? Andy Reid starts off slow throughout season a lot of times. Season openers just.
Tyreek Hill not being there is major, bro. Because I don't know none of their wide receivers' names.
You know what, P? I'm gonna go with you on this one.
Right. It's just the points. You're not taking them to win. I'm not taking the Cardinals to win. I'm not saying but if they do, they do. But I don't have them losing by 7 points.
Okay. All right. This is a game where I hope both teams lose, if that was ever possible. Buccaneers at Cowboys. I usually I'm one of them people that my favorite team is the Eagles.
Season in a row where they start off like with that game, like.
Oh yeah, definitely a ratings grab, no doubt.
The Buccaneers and the Cowboys.
The Buccaneers are at the Cowboys. The Buccaneers are 2.5-point favorites. This is Sunday night.
It's the season before last. I don't know if they started off last season doing the same game. That's a Sunday night game.
Yes.
Yeah. So okay. Understood. I'll take the Bucks.
Yeah, I'll take the Bucks too.
I don't care if they were 55 points.
I hate to bet with Tom Brady, but yeah.
Because I don't bet on Sunday night games.
Okay. What? No.
It is too late. I want to know if I won.
You can't wake up in the morning.
Yeah, I ain't got time.
Or if you wake up in the middle of the night. Well,
who won the game?
To go to the bathroom,
and let that be the last game. I'll be up all night.
Oh goodness. All right, finally we got Monday nighter. Broncos 6.5-point favorites at the Seahawks in the.
Shit.
Yeah. Starting off the season like that. Russell Wilson coming up against the 12th man.
That's too early, bro.
And I know, right? Because
first game, like
a lot of emotion on the field that day.
Emotion, man. That's too early. You need that game like week 7. You know what I mean? When people just start rearing up and getting ready.
At the very most, week 3, 4.
No,
right?
7.
No, 7, okay.
7, yes.
Like, we can't wait till Russell gets his ass in there.
Yeah, I need to take something from you. You feel me? Like if you 5-2, you feel I need to give you 5-3. But yeah, that's cool. I got the Broncos.
Yeah, definitely taking the Broncos. They still have a decent defense, and they now have Russell Wilson.
They got a quarterback,
and Seattle's going to be starting Geno Smith. Geno Smith. Yeah.
They're not starting Sean Locke. What's his name?
I think what they're going to do is wait for Geno to do Geno,
right?
And then they're going to try this Drew Lock experience. Sign back on for that again. Oof.
I don't have Geno being Geno. See, it's easy to be Geno when you're in New York. It's not hard to be Geno when you're somewhere else. You feel me? Yeah, man. But shout out to Geno Smith, man. Man. Hopefully he get another shot. You feel
right,
me?
And I thought he played
serviceably.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So, hopefully he step it up.
Okay, and that's that brings us to the end of the money line there, P.
Shout you out, man. I didn't even know you was doing this.
Oh, for real? Yeah.
I gotta write down the games that I picked. I can bet.
I got them. I got it right here because I can't wait for you to already start. Like,
yeah,
we got to discount my 0-1 since we didn't know your pick on that game.
I would have definitely took Buffalo.
Okay, all right. You know what? What the hell? Why not? Because everybody was on Buffalo. Plus the 2.5. I saw that 2.5, and I was like, Vegas is just saying, "Oh, it's right here, Darren. Come and take it.
Right.
Come and take it." I was like, "Oh,
2.5." I definitely would have took Buffalo. When you put a low point up, you take the best team.
Okay.
And I didn't vibe with Stafford.
Okay.
You feel me? His elbow is fucked up.
Right.
You feel me? So I don't want to have a Tommy John surgery.
Damn.
He has been throwing that football for what? 10 seasons at least?
Yo, and he is a gamer. Like,
he is.
His rookie year, his first game, I saw him get crushed. And like right by the Lions are right on the 3 or 4 yard line of the Browns. He gets smashed. Gets a stinger. He comes out. He sees the team. It's late in the game too. Like, I mean, the clock is ticking. He comes out, he misses one play. He's like, I'm fine. He goes back in there, takes a snap like this, goes out, he's looking, finds a receiver in the end zone for the game-winning touchdown. I was like, never question this man's heart for the rest of his life. You can't.
He is a gamer, bro. He is ready. And
so he'll go out there. He will go out there hurt, and that's probably your fair point, which happened, Monday.
But I don't need you doing that.
Right.
You feel me? I need you to go get surgery. If you got to have Tommy John, go sit your ass down.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's a pitching. It should be. The nigga been pitching the football
for years.
Years, bro. In Detroit, with nobody really paying him any attention. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, so yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, man. So there we go. So we'll do it again next week, P. I'll see you next week.
Absolutely. Give me these games that I picked so I can write them down so I can go down to Delaware and play my football. Because I ain't going to remember that. I picked these teams.
Okay, hold on here, P. I got you.
Yeah.
That's what I'm here for. All right, so let me uncheck all the check boxes here.
What you mean? Why you uncheck?
Well, I checked the items as we were going down the list of the games. Yeah, so uncheck all items. Okay, so what we got here? Recap, P.
We got the Bears.
You have the Bears minus 6.5, or excuse me, plus 6.5.
Right.
You have the Jags minus 2 or plus 2.5. So you're taking.
Just give me the team. I don't need.
The Bengals.
Yep.
You got the Saints. You have the Browns. You have the Ravens, Eagles, Patriots, Colts, Titans, Packers, Chargers, Cardinals, Buccaneers, and Broncos.
Yep. Awesome.
All right. Good. Godspeed and good luck to you, sir.
Yeah.
I, of course, will be online at FanDuel.com betting my customary my obligatory $2
That's
on the
sad,
game.
bro.
I'm just having a little fun, P.
Fun is when you win money.
Right, yeah. And the opposite of fun is when you lose.
When you put up $2 and you're like, it's just $2. No. I pick all 12 teams and go down there and we'll
on a parlay, huh?
Yeah,
that's a long stretch. You need a lot to go your way to pick a parlay like that.
No, you don't.
You don't think so?
Yeah, I've had one, but I ain't really put no money on it.
You won a 12-game parlay before?
Yeah.
No sugar on the iced tea. I gotta get my mouth.
10,000.
All right.
Yeah.
Talk about beating the odds.
I ain't no beating the odds. You just gotta, you know what I mean? And it was on that. That's why I said Kyler Murray.
Oh, that game. I was
game,
listening to
that late
that
night
episode
joint,
of our
you feel
show.
me? Yeah.
Oh, speaking of beating something and not just betting lines, but beating your players. Folks, who heard about Josh Harris? Hopefully he might be he's on administrative leave. A high school coach in Alabama at Blunt High School in Mobile. Why do they say it like that? Well, I guess it's the South. God damn it.
That's your fault, man.
Mobile. I know I should have had it the other way. Mobile, Alabama. And this video, we got this video of a report that just ran. He might be in some serious hot water because of a video that's rolling online concerning him with his players in the locker room. Go ahead and roll it, P.
The video allegedly shows Coach Josh Harris spanking a student in front of teammates. This video has been circulating on social media, shocking parents in our community. The video allegedly shows Blunt High School's head football coach Josh Harris spanking a student in the football locker room. We reached out to Mobile County Public School System's Director of Communications, Renee Phillips. She confirms that Harris has been placed on administrative leave while the situation is being investigated. We also reached out to Blunt High School's principal, Jerome Woods, and all school board members. They could not comment on the ongoing investigation. Josh Harris is in his first year as head coach for the Varsity Leopards.
Dude. Well, first off, we could tell from the video, coach is a lefty, so.
What was he doing, spanking him?
You could hear, that was the thing. The video was so grainy, but you could hear, like, the pop in there. Like, my man gave him a couple of good swaps. Now, they said he hit him with a paddle. Hit a player with a paddle twice in the locker room. So he's on administrative leave. Yeah. Oh, I know. He just got the job. He's in his first year. He was coaching the middle school the last season. They went undefeated.
Yeah, he was hitting them with a paddle.
Right, they were motivated. Right.
Look at me. I don't know. I just, I'm always about that village. You feel me? Like,
okay, and then I was going to...
In your building, you are the coach. And however you do what you do, that's what you do. You feel me? So I can't interfere with that. You know what I mean? Like, if I feel like my son didn't deserve it, then that's different. But if you're teaching him how to be responsible and you're not just beating him just to fucking beat him.
Right. I beat you to teach you.
Nah, don't beat me to teach me. Like, show me. And if I don't get it right, then you beat me. But I'm cool with discipline.
Okay.
You feel me? Now, abuse is different.
All right.
Like coming in drunk and hitting on people because you frustrated that you still drunk. You feel me? Or you frustrated?
Kids are killing my hangover with y'all.
Yeah, man. So that's different. But, discipline is discipline. And it needs to be handed out correctly. Okay.
Right on. All right. Got you. Well, speaking of discipline, what about Kyle Korkmaz, Furkan Korkmaz for the Sixers? Did you hear about what happened to him recently?
No, what happened?
He was playing. Well, currently he's playing basketball with Turkey at Eurobasket. He got into a physical altercation while they were playing in Georgia, the country, not the state, of course. But he's typically chill from what I can tell watching him. But he got into it with a player. He was ejected, and then it became a little bit of a bench clearer. Then he got jumped on when he was going to the locker. He attempted to walk to the locker room. Sanadze, the player that he got into it with, he was attacked by Sanadze, other non-active Georgia players, and local police were all involved in the attack, according to the statement from the Turkish Federation vice president. So they said, we started throwing punches at each other. That's basically what happened, Korkmaz said in the statement. It was like a street fight. There was no talk or conversation. People just came at us and were trying to attack us. Of course, we reacted and tried defending ourselves. Damn. Gets real over there playing ball in Europe, huh?
It gets real over there doing anything.
Yeah, right. That is the truth.
I honestly thought you were going to do a show dedicated to the Queen.
To the Queen?
Yeah.
Now, why would I? Hold on.
What?
We'll get to the Queen in a second because actually one of my favorite people led me to her. But wait. I ain't even going.
Don't go there.
I ain't even going. I just. It took me a second to get what you were saying. I'm good. It took me a second to get what you were saying.
I'm glad. At least you caught on.
Anyway, the Philadelphia Union, victorious yesterday here in Chester.
Yeah.
Over Montreal, 5-1, and still in first place, hanging strong. You said, you talk like you watched the game, Pete.
Oh no, I don't watch soccer.
You don't watch soccer?
No, it's just people running up and down kicking the ball.
Oh man.
You know how long it takes for
them to score? The beautiful game. It's basketball.
No, it's not. Basketball, you score points.
It's
soccer
not as fluid.
Is 2-1 after sitting there watching, and all you gonna give me is 3 points.
Right, but that's that thing. That's what makes it so great when you're scoring chances, the tension, and he didn't get the goal. And then you see that explosion when somebody does get a goal.
No, give me points.
That's what's polluting the NFL now. It's watering it down.
What?
Like the obsession with points in fantasy.
No.
You don't think so?
I don't think the obsession with points in fantasy.
Well, like touchdowns and therefore fantasy points, because fantasy points.
Touchdowns, you need points,
right? And
nobody gonna watch a game 3-0.
And the NFL love the fact that fantasy draws in a lot of casual fans.
Oh man!
So there you go. What?
I don't know.
You know you don't.
No, I don't.
There you go.
Yeah,
all right. So anyway. Oh, what we got next? Hold on 1 second, P. Yes, the Union next week. They take on Atlanta Saturday, and then the 24th they go on to Pachuca. Now, where is that at? Pachuca. Where's Pachuca, P?
I don't know.
Let's find out here. Pachuca. Every time I click on it, let's see. Pachuca MLS. Hold on here. Sounds like I'm going to say a Midwestern town, something with Native Americans. Let's see, and the winner goes to Pachuca is apparently in New Orleans area, so I was way off. There we go. Well, there's that. Anyway, P, let me tell you a little bit about a lawsuit involving LeBron James.
LeBron getting sued?
Yeah. Well, actually, he and Drake and they both each have entertainment companies. Those are getting sued as well. Now, the lawsuit is actually brought about was filed by former, I don't know if you remember Billy Hunter. He was the former head of the NBA Players Union. So Billy Hunter is bringing the suit, and it centers on Hunter saying that he has the intellectual rights to the book Black Ice, which is actually about the black Canadian players, or excuse me, black hockey players, and that weren't allowed to. It was a book about black hockey players from 1895 to 1925. And I didn't know that black players got on the ice that early. 95, that's pretty. In the suit, Hunter says that he holds executive rights to any film made about CHL due to a deal he struck with the book's authors in 2019. And he said he put down a $10,000 down payment, as well as he paid the authors a total sum of $265,000 for the movie rights. Now, I get what he's saying right there, but that movie's being screened this weekend. The documentary that he's filing suit against. So I don't know. You should have been on this earlier in the game. Not to mention, I think the people that cut the deal with him, I mean, they can always repay him or whatever, but I don't know. I think LeBron and Drake are going to be all right on this one. Oh, Matt Carter is also named as a defendant. In the,
that petty money he talking about, that LeBron
right.
shits that out.
Here you go. Go away now.
Here, Billy, take $1 million. You feel me?
But LeBron, their companies took over the rights. So it sounds to me like your discussion is with you and the authors, not with James and Drake here. So I don't know. That's just my standpoint. But hey, I'm no lawyer, nor do I play one on television. So can't trust my legal opinion. Speaking of lawsuits, this one's ugly.
Did you see the video?
Now, I have not seen the video, but I can't find it. I was unable to find it. But from the description, it sounds like just a skit that was done in poor taste. Where were you going?
I haven't seen it. I was asking.
Okay, I haven't seen the video, so yeah, I haven't. The description of it sounds like a skit that was done in poor taste. It doesn't. The lawsuit alleges that Tiffany Haddish and both comedians, Ari Spears and Tiffany Haddish, groomed 2 siblings and had them in sexually explicit videos. The video that is causing this controversy, it was up. They filmed it for Funny or Die, and it was actually up on Funny or Die for a few days before the backlash started. So I would imagine, like, Funny or Die, if it was really child pornography or something to that effect, I would have hoped that Funny or Die would have screened it out anyway, right? I don't know.
I would think so. But.
Yeah. And I'm kind of hurt for Tiffany Haddish, too, because I just saw a movie not too long ago that she was in, The Card Counter. It's about this guy that participated in the torture when America was torturing enemy combatants there in Guantanamo Bay, and about his reentry into society. And Tiffany Haddish has a role in there, and it was so nice seeing her play a layered character instead of the usual, hey girl, I enjoyed her performance in that. And then, bam, here comes this. But she's a trooper. She's been through much worse in life, and we talked about that a few times on this show. But yeah, speaking of lawsuits, let's keep it going right here, P. My favorite scumbag pastor is back at it. Did you hear about, folks? Did you hear about this? So we talked before. We've used him in our intro. We've joked about him. Lamar Whitehead, the pastor that supposedly got robbed while he was performing a sermon in Brooklyn. Well, now he is filed a $20 million lawsuit against 2 YouTubers who called him a scammer. He was on the YouTube segment Larry Reed Live podcast on YouTube. Whitehead was on there, and during the episode, Whitehead accused Reed and his co-host Genesis Warren of making jokes about him being the victim of a televised armed robbery. And when I say accused, Whitehead exploded into an ungodly baptism ungodly baptism of rage, profanity, fatphobic insults, and homophobic slurs, as if someone had asked him, what would MAGA Jesus do? Oh my goodness, this guy. Oh, get that next door. I just want to fight. I can't think of anybody I want to fight more than him right now, P.
Why? What did he do?
He hurts my eyes, man. Like,
what did he do?
In the name of the Lord.
Yeah. That's
in the name of the Lord. Make sure my chain is tight. Oh my God.
Yeah, all that stuff is good. That's what he chooses to do.
All right, so let's move on to something a little more uplifting. Kanye. We've joked about Kanye before, and you just talked about the Queen passing, P. Well, Kanye just put this tweet up right after it was announced that Queen Elizabeth died. Life is precious, releasing all grudges today, leaning into the light. That's so nice. Mm-hmm. That's so nice. I would think that's good news for Pete Davidson, right? No? You got to worry about that little bit of harassment?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, man, P. So it's that portion of the show. And by that, folks, we mean the Herschel Walker portion of the show. Herschel was at it again this week, man. He was speaking at a campaign rally as, again, he's running for Senate, taking on the incumbent Raphael Warnock down there in Georgia. And Herschel had this weird, interesting analogy about cows and seeking something different and I don't know.
Tell you this little story I heard one time. It's about everybody thinking something is better somewhere else. And I remember talking about this bull that was out in the field, and he had 6 cows with him. 3 of them was expecting calves. He had these 6 cows, but what he was worried about, he kept his nose up against the fence, seeing these other 3 cows up on the hillside. So as he looking up on the hillside of these other 3 cows, not worried about what he got now, the grass as tall as his knees, all he had to do is eat grass. But he worried about something else. And so one day, he measured that fence up. He measured that fence up and he said, I think I can jump this fence and get over there with those other cows. Now, not worried about what he got. I can jump it, I'm gonna get over there. So as he got back one afternoon, he took off running and he dove. And as he made it over the fence, his belly got all cut up and stuff. He rolled up and he got up and he knew he would have made it on the other side. He was so excited about it. And then he ran to the top of the hill. When he got up there, he realized that they were bulls too. And the reason I tell you that, don't think something is better somewhere else. This is a good place. And the way we make it better is by coming together. So, I'm Herschel Walker. I'll tell you this little story I heard one time.
Okay, so I'm lost in that analogy. All right, so who's supposed to be the cows? Who's the bulls? I guess I could figure out what the fence represents, but I don't know. It kind of loses its pep. The whole analogy right there.
I know what you're saying, bitch.
I'm lost. So, yeah, Herschel doing his thing. As usual, let's just put him in surgery now. I'm sorry, but that's just my opinion. But let's just put him in surgery now. Oh, man. Let's stay local, folks, because let's talk about, it's time for the crazy crimes portion of the show. All right, so today, what we got here, actually, let's talk local crimes first. All right, so we've been mentioning sentences that have been handed down for January 6 rioters. This guy was the guy who, he was one of the first people I heard to get caught. He was the guy who texting his ex from the riot, like, this will show her. This will help get her back. I got her now. Like, come on, dude. So he's texting her from the riots, and then she turned around and turned his behind into the FBI. So I guess she said, because he kept calling her a moron in the text, like, you're a moron if you don't see that this election was stolen, etc. So she turned him in and said, who's the dummy now? So he's from Delaware County. He's from Ridley, actually, and his name is Richard Machete, 29-year-old, and he was there on the riots of January 6th, and he's looking at 9 months. So there you go. Pete, do you know where Lawrenceville, Pennsylvania is?
No, I do not.
It is way up Route 15 in north central Pennsylvania, about a half hour from the border of Pennsylvania and New York. And what you're looking at there, folks, is a water tank in Lawrenceville. The water tank had a hole in it, and so they stuck a branch into the hole, they're saying that the hole was a bullet hole. And so the DPA actually issued a fine, the Department of DEP, the Department of Environmental Protection, issued a little fine to Lawrenceville for taking such a shortcut. But I'm saying, sometimes, Pete, things happen, right? So what if, now hear me out here, what if the person that stuck that branch in that bullet hole was like, all right, I'm gonna plug this, then I'm gonna go, get some materials or whatever, and then they get distracted. I don't know, the kid's teacher calls or something. I don't know, but it just slipped his mind. No?
It ain't slipped his mind. It looked like it's been like that for a minute.
He just said, Or it keeps slipping his mind time after time after time.
I can't zoom in on the picture, but it looks like it's been like that for a minute.
Yeah, it looks.
On to the next story.
So they can't. You don't think they were? I think that's a clear sign of resourcefulness on the side. But got to follow up with that, right? All right. So what we got here in our next story, folks, is a young man, and this happened earlier this month, late last month, at the end of last month, and that's a Trenton teenager. And he goes by the name of Eric Goodman Brooks. Now, Mr. Brooks, what happened was, unfortunately, Mr. Brooks was on social media and was flashing ghost guns. And that, of course, led to his arrest. So, yeah, he's going to be looking, he's listed as a teenager according to the article, right? But this says he was flashing a polymer 80 9mm semi-automatic handgun with no serial number, which is probably the part where he got in trouble. And that took place on August 25th. Goodman Hooks was charged with unlawful possession of a handgun. Now, as I say all the time, boy, social media ain't social, but you got to be careful what you're flashing on there. I mean, right down to when you announce if you're leaving town or whatever, because, phew.
Man, social media is a motherfucker, boy.
Ain't it the truth? Next up, what we got next is a story about Marion Mosley. And she is the state's attorney for Maryland, all right? Or Baltimore state's attorney. So we talked before about all the corruption that went into, that's been going into Baltimore. We talked before about the show, We Own the City, and about all that. And right after the controversy with the gun trace task force, right after that, the mayor resigned, and then the new commissioner resigned because they were caught up in all kinds of controversy and corruption. Well, now we got Marion Mosley here, who, I'm sorry, P, I don't know. I know you've been in front of a prosecutor. I've been in front of a prosecutor, but
what you trying to say?
Yeah, I know shit. I said I've been in front of a prosecutor.
Why you
You've been,
apologizing?
but I'm sorry because I could have dealt with her anytime. She kind of cute. No, she can throw the book at me whenever she feel like.
Hey, you like punishment?
Yeah, I'm a bad boy and I need to be spanked. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Next story.
No, you don't like what, P? Go ahead.
I'm good. I don't have any comment.
Well, if convicted, she's facing a maximum of 30 years.
What'd she do?
She lied on applications for home loans. So she basically used that money.
The hell?
Right.
Damn, sister.
Right.
Fuck is wrong with you?
She used that. She lied on 2 mortgage applications for 2 vacation properties too. So, yeah. So she's looking at 30 years. So there'll be more follow up with that, in the coming time. But let's talk about. We've talked before about storing places and storing things in strange places, right? All right, so this happened, our next story, and happened in Morgantown, PA, right? And a state trooper saw, and this is why I'm saying, people, oh, wait, I missed that cop car? Okay, we'll come to that in a minute, but I don't have art for this next story. So a missing cop car in Morgantown, Pennsylvania. They turn around, he sees a car switch lanes without using the signal, which is why I say always drive like you're on probation. For not only use your signal to switch lanes, but technically you're supposed to turn on your signal and then wait 2 seconds after you've engaged your signal to switch lanes, because they can try and get you on some technicality like that. So my man here, in this story, I don't have artwork for it, but he's 35-year-old William Claude Sargent of Kingwood, and the trooper pulled him over. Turns out Sergeant didn't have a license. And then dispatch was able to find out that he had a illegal license. So He told the trooper there was nothing illegal in the vehicle. He gave consent to the trooper, and he had a female passenger, Brooke Ann Walters, in the car. So when they exited the car, officer conducted the search. He conducted this pat down and search, found a white packet in the car. So powder turned out later, according to the article, turned out to be fentanyl. So canine officers searched the vehicle, located a plastic baggie of methamphetamine as well as a digital black scale. So at that time, Sergeant and Walters are placed under arrest. They brought back to the intake, and then they went to go search them. And Miss Walters, who took advantage of her extra storage space, was busted for having 38.2 grams of methamphetamine hidden inside her lockbox, if you know what I'm talking about there. So they're held in jail. Walters is held in North Central Jail. She's charged on $30,000 bond, charged with felony possession with intent to deliver methamphetamine. And Sergeant is charged with methamphetamine, possession of fentanyl. And he was released after posting $10,000 bond.
Yeah, let's go.
You know what? But like we say, any drugs, like I thought it was any drugs that someone encounters in jail. You know that went up someone's orifice. But I'm starting to think any drugs that you encounter anywhere on the street, that's somebody's. Yeah. So this next story. Oh, P. Listen. I don't know about you, but I'm terrified of the day that I have to, bury my mother, right? How would you feel if your mother was buried and you turn around and find out she in the wrong cemetery? We talked before about women being dressed for their funeral and families showing up and finding them in the wrong dress. But this woman in Monmouth County, New Jersey, is suing a Jewish funeral home. She says they buried her mother in the wrong cemetery. And this is in Ocean Township. They buried her mother dressed next to a complete stranger, dressed in another woman's clothes. So daggone, that's like a little combination of what we do.
Just got the body mixed up.
Oh, sorry, ma'am. Yeah. The mother, Janet Kay, died on October 3rd, 2020 at age 82 after a long illness. And according to Jewish tradition, the funeral usually takes place in the day after the death. So Robin Kay, who is a criminal defense attorney, told the Daily Mail, "I want them to be accountable so another family doesn't have to go through this. I remember specifically telling them to make sure that she is wearing the clothes I gave them, because if we opened the coffin and she was wearing someone else's clothes, then it was going to be a complete nightmare." Well, there you go. The employee at the funeral home reassured her that they would treat her mother with dignity and that the clothes would be placed on them. And the traditional tahara, which is an ancient Jewish ritual for the washing of the body. What's the Jewish ritual? Oh, right, Mom. What's the ritual, P, for washing a body in Islam?
The same thing.
It's called tahara, huh?
No, it's not called tahara.
Okay, what's it called? You don't know? I thought you know this about Islam.
Are you trying to call me out on stuff?
No. Right. Oh, my goodness. You said, oh, my goodness. Hold on. Let me stroke his hair. If he had hair, I'd stroke it and tell him, "You're so pretty," like to calm him down.
Don't touch my hair.
Good Lord. On October 5th, 2020, Laura's mother's body did not arrive as her family and friends waited for the service to begin. She pointed out to mourners that the rabbi waited and that the coffin arrived nearly a half hour late. She then called the funeral home. They were stuttering and stammering, and then, yeah, she said she was in shock. That would be, daggone, I don't know. That would be a bit of a shock, but not that bad. I mean, hopefully they found her. It doesn't say whether they found her or not. Where's my mama again? Oh, P, this woman here, there's a woman who filmed a video in our next story. Now, I don't have a video, but she filmed a video of her own kidnapping. And she was being kidnapped for the 4th time, supposedly.
All you got is gorillas up here.
Oh, that's gorillas? Oh, I don't have my girl? Oh, well, this woman, she skipped her, she faked her own kidnapping to extort money. Extort money from who? Her mother, right? Mommy, they've kidnapped me, mommy, and I don't know why, she said in the video. So turns out it was a fake. She's a 30-year-old woman in Spain on the Spanish island of Tenerife. And the civil guard said in a statement, this was an alleged plot to extort a ransom payment out of the woman's mother. She used fake blood in the picture, so she's, you see it in her tongue, but it looks more like she bit her tongue more so than she got beat up. They told her that the gang kidnapped her and was holding her for $50,000 ransom. When her worried mother received the call, she withdrew the cash to pay the ransom. But investigators would later discover that the mother had already made similar payments totaling $45,000 on 3 previous occasions. So, and that was when she received letters as opposed to a video. So, according to the Times, the case was initially treated as a real kidnapping, but authorities arrested the group over the alleged scheme, and the woman in the clip and her accused co-conspirators were living it up at a slot machine casino. So they had already cashed in their winnings, so to speak, huh? This chimpanzee, P, we talked before about the Ukraine war. Mm-hmm. All right, so that chimpanzee he escaped from a zoo in the Ukraine. And so he's walking along in a public square right outside of the zoo. And that's when a woman encounters him, and doing what any good white person would do, approaching an animal that can rip your face off. We got video over here. Go ahead and roll it, Pete, although there's no sound to it.
Oh.
This is my favorite part.
Did you beat her up?
No. Watch.
She put on a jacket?
She put a jacket on the chimpanzee and walked him back into the zoo. She's lucky to still have her face.
No, that monkey was taken care of.
That is...
Yeah, that's sweet.
Yeah, okay.
It is.
You think? Oh.
Yeah, I said they treat better animals better than they treat us, bro. This
last story, P. Listen, we talked plenty of times about carjackings, right? Or no. Excuse me. No. I'm sorry. Stop right there. We talked plenty of times about overdoses. All right, so listen to this, P. A guy, we talked about, overdoses, people having to get the Narcan shot. So this happened here in Pennsylvania. And a gentleman, get this, a gentleman needed the Narcan shot. He needed it how many times? 3 times in 72 hours. So essentially 3 times in 3 days. And this was up in Lemoyne, Pennsylvania, which is up in Lycoming County around Williamsport. So West Shore Regional Police said that 4 officers used Narcan to save the same person 3 times in less than 72 hours. So Narcan, of course, is the brand of naloxone. It's a life-saving medication that can be used to reverse the effects of an opioid overdose. Excuse me. But here's my thing: I get what they were trying to do here. The West Shore Regional Police, they were trying to release this, hey, stay away from heroin, etc. But we talked about it with addicts before on this show. You release a story like this, these addicts are going to be like, wait, what? Who was it? And where'd he go to? Because that's where I'm going next. In fact, look at dude. I mean, you hit him with the Narcan, and after each time, he's like, back in again. All right, thanks, officers. I'm going right back to where I got that from and get another shot of that because it was good. Daggone heroin, man. So carjackings. We talked plenty of times about carjackings, folks. have that. Oh, my man with the magic show. Hold on, P. Hold on. Oh, wait, I skipped my magic show? Yes, I did. Can we go back to the picture after the chimpanzee?
Okay.
So, P, you ever watch a magician show? I used to love those things. I used to find them so entertaining. What are magic shows you like? Yay, nay?
No, I don't like magic.
Okay. All right. Well,
I don't like to know how. I like to know how the motherfucker doing shit. So don't do something that you're not going to explain to me.
So, well, there was.
I can't trust you.
Okay. There was a show about that. Fox had a show. My man was the masked magician. He was revealing how tricks were done. I'm sure that he better wear a mask in that profession, boy. There'd have been magicians shanking him. Anyway, this camera's captured this footage of this fella, and he snuck into the dressing room of the resident magician Murray the Magician. And so this was at the Tropicana Hotel in Las Vegas. And so the video, which I didn't want to use, it's a bit blurred out, but this happened on August 25th, right? The footage picked him up. Well, my man came back 4 days later, intruded upon the dressing room again, and hung out for a little bit. He stole the magician's costume, but they noticed that wasn't the only thing that he was doing there. He was also choking his chicken, beating his wang. I guess you could say he was performing a trick with his magic wand. Hey-oh! No, P. No, not cool. All right. So, yeah, he got arrested on August 29th as he showed up again. And so I'm sure Murray the Magician is probably going to want that dressing room sanitized. No. That takes us on to, you ever been to that skateboarding park? It's in FDR Park, or like its little skate area. It's under FDR. It's in FDR Park under Route 95 in Philadelphia, right there by the stadiums. Well, it's not there, but that was when I first started seeing like, oh, that's cool with all the graffiti and the dudes skateboarding and whatnot. Well, in downtown Philly now, there is a legendary skate bench. 300 pounds, by the way. This skate bench, it started off in California. Oh, shit, did I jump? Hold on, P. Let me make sure I didn't skip ahead. All right. Oh, no. I'm sorry. Yeah, I did, but we'll come back to that in a second. This skate bench is 300 pounds, and it's legendary, apparently, in the skating community. It's skating history, if you will. Started off in California. It's where I guess all sorts of famous skaters, Tony Hawk, etc., have skated and practiced on that bench. So it was in California, which is almost the birthplace of this trick skating and what have you. Then, as part of an exhibition, it was moved to New York, and that's where some industrious Philly skaters who wanted Philly area skaters to have the opportunity to skate on this legendary bench. They stole the bench and brought it down to this area. That's pretty impressive, though, to take. That's a pretty impressive in their commitment to take 300 pounds of dead bench, move it 200 miles, and set it up for nothing other than they wanted to share an experience. Isn't that special? That's special to me.
I guess.
Yeah. Anyway, let's go back to that Brazilian footage, P. All right, so this happened in Brazil. We talked, and it's funny because we were just talking last week about sex in the car, right? All right, so this Brazilian couple was having sex in the car, right? And we've also talked about carjackings, right? Well, that's when this Brazilian couple, they were in the midst of getting it in, and that's when they were carjacked. So 3 guys walk up behind them as they're doing the thing. Go ahead and roll a video of it, P. We got this video from Clear Secret Television.
you okay? Yeah, nigga, why you ain't do nothing? I'm naked. They got guns.
The only gun he had was the one he was born with.
And you want that. So, like they don't have what I want.
I think that was completely disrespectful of these carjackers. Did they at least wait until my man was done before they came up? And
you better finish right there. Come on, let's finish it. I ain't got time for that.
Not to mention, you know what? I think but at the same token, on the other hand of the coin, at least these guys tossed them their clothes, though, right? I mean, they could have left them out there bucket naked in the nude. But, they got their clothes back, so there's that.
I guess.
No?
No.
P, last week, we actually talked about the last fella of that indigenous tribe in Brazil. Right. And he was the last of his tribe to pass away. Well, this the Brazilian Forest Guardians, which is it's actually a it's a tribe, if you will, of indigenous folks, a different tribe than the one that we talked about from the one fella last week. But they were reported, a group of them were reported killed in Brazil this past week. So 2 indigenous forest guardians. And I guess they stand up, like we talked about before, that lots of people killed these indigenous folks to run them off of that land for ranching or forestry purposes. But Forest Guard Reinaldo Oliveira Guadalajara was killed with multiple gunshots from behind, while other Guajara men were shot in Saturday morning attack and survived. It's a nonprofit, and they live in the Maranhão state of Brazil. The Guajara live within the Ararobia indigenous territory in Maranhão, and they patrol their lands to expel invaders. But that often puts them in the crosshairs. So I guess if you go with it, as Pete likes to say, you got to have a gun then if you're going to try and fight off ranchers. This next story is very, very, very Florida. All right. And if you take a look here, yeah. So that is a gator on the back of a pickup truck. But at the same time,
it's not a gator.
No?
On the back of that's what that is? That's a gator?
Hanging. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, shit. My bad.
There ain't no gator on the back of the pickup truck. We got 3 more pictures left.
3 more pictures of that. Oh, that's a, I just deleted it. Well, I should have it after the gator then. No?
Nope.
All right. There's no gator?
No gator.
All right. There was a gator tied to the back of a truck on 95, a truck's lift, a SUV's lift. And it was huge, man. Should have seen it. But apparently it's gator season in Florida. So from late August until mid-November. So it's legal to hunt gators and whatnot. So, and then it'll be hunting season here soon for deer in Pennsylvania, right? Well, no, in November. Yeah, because we used to have the first day off of school for that.
Sad.
Keep it quiet, P. Hey. I used to enjoy it. I never went hunting, but I used to enjoy the daggone day off. That P is Road Alfredo, instead of the truck had an accident on the highway, and the truck was carrying Alfredo sauce, and this spilled in Interstate 55 in Memphis, and it only took a few hours to clean all that up, though.
A water hose from the fire department.
Yeah. But I mean, Alfredo sauce is a little greasy. I mean, the milk, no.
So that means it runs.
I don't know, and I would assume that the fire hose water is always set to cold. I guess you could turn up.
Cold water cleans things better than hot water.
So that's why Steve Austin and Ice-T are always encouraging me to use cold water.
Cold water.
There we go. I always just use cold water to save on my bill. I never thought just being plain cheap. This next story, P. This next story come to us from the motherland, Africa.
From the mother what?
The motherland. The motherland.
No,
that's how the Africans say it. I work with a bunch of they sound. Yeah. Anyway, go ahead. They say it like what?
How do you say it?
The motherland.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. DRC, the Democratic Republic of the Congo, and this is from the capital city in Kinshasa.
Yeah.
All right, so there was a footbridge that was they were doing the ribbon cutting ceremony. You see it right there. And this video can sum it up better than I can.
This is the moment a bridge collapsed in Democratic Republic of Congo as it was being inaugurated. In a video verified by Reuters, sharply suited dignitaries could be seen gathered on the footbridge in the capital Kinshasa. But just as an organizer cut the ribbon, the bridge buckled. Both handrails broke off and the central section slumped into the stream a couple of meters below.
What are you going to do now?
With
My goodness gracious.
As VIPs struggled.
Oh.
It just built the bridge.
And pays to go with the union card every time.
Like, how you cut the ribbon in it for?
Right? Doesn't exactly instill confidence.
I don't know why it fell. You don't have nothing underneath the bridge?
And you know what?
I thought we was just going across, not underneath. Yeah, you need something underneath to hold the weight, bro. Damn.
And you know what? Did you? You couldn't hear the audio, but it said that the locals that were there were laughing, like
these dumb motherfuckers. They want to hire us. You gonna bring some white people in to fix this shit? You got your cousin, the mayor's or the whatever, the president's nephew, fixing shit. But no, I can't laugh at my fellow Congolese people. You know.
Like you said, pays to go with a union card every time.
It definitely do. But damn, that was the bridge?
That was the bridge, and that was the opening of it.
It looked like it was welded together. And
right.
Like
we made that. Like, hey, let's put a bridge together.
The underneath looked like a truck. Like it was a truck bed.
This does not look like a ribbon cutting, a bridge that needs a ribbon cutting ceremony and news cameras. It looks like it just needs just the neighborhood. Like, all right, we did it, guys. Let's try it out. Send my big uncle over to cross the bridge and see what. Oh, snap!
Well, my thing is, as soon as she cut it, like
right, it won't cue.
See that again. Like,
this is the moment a bridge collapsed in Democrat.
It was good the whole time. It was tied up.
Snip,
boom, straight
down. A video
down.
verified by Reuters, sharply suited dignitaries could be seen gathered on the footbridge in the capital Kinshasa. But just as an organizer cut the ribbon, the bridge buckled.
Makes you think about the
Both
bridges that you
handrails
drive
broke off,
across.
And the central section slumped into the stream a couple of meters below.
Right, I'll catch the ferry. I'm good.
Who built this shit?
Glee as
I can just
VIPs
imagine
struggled.
after they figured out who built it, what they did.
Right.
Let's watch this.
He's a glutton.
Straight to the bottom, bro.
Congo.
Oh, they got that girl out of there.
They lucky that's only that distance isn't very far. Like,
it isn't.
Right, like what? And the bridge ain't very long. It's not very over a large. It's not span, not a large span, not much.
They already got another bridge that the guy walking across right there, right next to it. This is the same bridge. This is the bridge that the village built. That's the bridge that the government built. You'll figure out which one is best once they open that motherfucker.
So the bridge with no rails, that's actually the one you want to take. Yeah, not the bridge with the rails.
No, that's not safe.
No.
Look at the people walking across it. coming over to help. Like, yo, that's crazy. Damn.
Oh my goodness. So.
No, you ain't got no People's Champ photos up here, right?
Oh, I don't have P's Weekly Hero?
No.
He shouldn't. He's just the black guy right at the end.
Just one. It's just one picture.
Yeah, you only got one nominee, P.
Then it ain't a nominee.
This is your submission. There you go. I couldn't find anybody else.
The tennis player?
Yeah. And so
what did he do? What country is he from?
He's from here.
Oh, I don't believe it.
Oh Lord. So since we got only one submission for you, we'll skip the intro and get right to it.
Play the intro.
Oh, okay, my bad then. Let's do that thing. So listen, here we go. Oh shoot. P, by the way, he's from America, P.
Okay.
All right. I don't know where you were going with that one, but I don't know where you were going with it, but yeah.
Oh, no.
He's from the States.
What's his name?
Once a week, a person steps forward to be more than a person, to be an example, a beacon, A hero.
The Stillwater, Oklahoma police said an officer was on routine patrol at 9:38 p.m. when he saw a tan Chrysler minivan. The officer turned to drive past the van after seeing it stop in the middle of the street and saw a 10-year-old boy sitting in the driver's seat. Eventually, the van went through an intersection in reverse and went up an embankment into the front yard of a residence. The officer then pulled his car in front of the van and blocked it. The officer then placed the 10-year-old in the back seat of the car. That's when the 10-year-old boy told the officer his dad wanted him to have cereal before going to school in the morning, so his dad sent the boy to buy Cheerios at the store. He did. However, the officer took the boy home. The officer found the boy's parents had been asleep. The boy then admitted he had just left home without his parents' knowledge to go to the store.
10 years old.
10 years old.
By himself.
By himself at 8:30.
Driving. That's my hero. And he didn't crash.
It's time to find out who gets their cape and shades and takes to the sky as Who's Weekly Hero.
All right, P. So to answer your question, that is Frances Tiafoe, right? And Frances Tiafoe is the first Black American in the U.S. Open semifinals since Arthur Ashe. Coincidentally, he accomplished this at Arthur Ashe Stadium last week. And in another coincidence, he's the 22nd ranked, he's the 22nd seed in the tournament, and he beat 22-time Grand Slam champion Rafael Nadal last week. So one of the all-time greats in tennis, Tiafoe beat to get to the semifinals, excuse me. Now, what makes Tiafoe's story so interesting is Tiafoe, he didn't take the usual route to playing tennis, like such as something like this was different from this is different from King Richard. What happened was Tiafoe's father happened to get a job at the facility, right? His father got a job at the facility. They started staying. They didn't have any money. His father actually moved them into a storage unit at the facility for a while. And that's actually how Frances Tiafoe got into playing tennis. They even started to allow him to train at the facility, and that was that. So he was fast on his way to being a semifinalist at the prestigious U.S. Open. All right, so of course I left out the lead. Frances lost in the semifinals to the eventual. Well, the finals are today, and Frances is going to. Well, he lost to Maurice Alcazar, excuse me. So didn't have the happiest of ending, but hopefully there's a bright future ahead of Mr. Tiafoe as he burrows further into the world of tennis. Becoming Black history in essence, when you think about it. So there you go, P. I think that is your nominee, Black history in its essence at tennis. Or also, hey, you know what? I'll throw down another one, but I know she's an easy winner. That's why I took her out, speaking of tennis. And because, of course, Serena retired her last match at the women's side of the U.S. Open. So we could can we do Serena? Do you want to do Serena as a right NP, or are we going with Frances?
I'm not doing anybody as a right end.
All right.
Shout out to Serena, right? She's been doing it, man, for at least 20, 24.
She's the Methuselah of women's tennis.
And, she's retiring. She even looks like Methuselah because she got some plastic surgery done to her face, and that just fucks up. So I don't really... It's like Michael. It's like after they accomplished so much for Black people, they didn't want to alter their appearance, and it's sad.
Instead of aging gracefully.
Right, Black don't crack, baby. You feel me? And it might have a little twang to it, but it don't crack. So there's no reason for you to. I don't know if she got a bigger forehead, if she moved her nose back.
Something with the cheeks happened, and something with
it's like, ew.
Yeah.
Now you really look like a man.
When I see her in the headshots nowadays, I'm
now
like,
you really look like a man. And
it used to be like, hey. Now it's like, hey.
Oh, hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
You feel me? It's like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
But maybe her husband
call
like
me.
It.
Yeah.
Maybe her husband like it. Maybe he don't like it. It's just sad that she went through that. But it's definitely a major shout out for her on the tennis court. Everything that she has accomplished, everything that she has moved, her and her sister both You know, I don't want to give Serena everything and give Venus nothing. So, you know, both of them, both the Williamses.
Oh, yeah.
They have proven that, you know, we can be the greatest in whatever sport we set our all into. You know what I mean? Like tennis, basketball, football, hockey, soccer. If we put our all into it, we can be great. NASCAR. You feel me? Like we are the first people, so it needs to be respected. But, you know, we got to act like we are. So, yeah, shout out to him. I told you he wasn't American.
He's not?
What's his last name?
Tiafoe.
That's not American.
No. Well, his name is Francis. He's Tiafoe. They lived here in the U.S.
You can live here, but, you know, like, his father ain't from here.
Well, he is. He's the first black American to reach the U.S. Open semifinal since Arthur Ashe.
What are they going to call him if he's from here and was born here? He's American.
Yeah.
What was his father?
Oh, was that his father? Doesn't say where Tiafoe is from. That sounds. Let's see. Hold on. Let's Google his father. Andrew. Hold on. Where is it at? I saw his father's name. His parents. Oh, they're from the Sierra Leone. So he might be one of the lost boys of Sierra Leone's kids right there.
And where is that located, sir?
Back to the motherland.
Not in America.
Right. Well, he was born here.
Oh, have mercy.
He was born here.
So he is the first, you feel me, descendant of an immigrant. You feel me? It's like my dad. I was a first generation Haitian. Like, you know.
So wait, no, you were born here.
Whether I'm born here or not, my father was not. So I take on my father's heritage. There's no heritage here for me if I wasn't born here. If my father wasn't born here. No. That doesn't make sense to you? No, it wouldn't.
Yeah, no, because hold on. Let's try it again.
Yeah, let's try it again. Come on.
All right, so I'm saying he's born here, so bang.
He's American.
Right,
by
he's
papers,
an American.
By papers.
Okay,
but
you're saying.
But his father is from Sierra Leone. So, wouldn't you be from where your father's from?
I would think you were from where you were born at. I'm not.
So he's supposed to forget about the flag that his father flew. He's supposed to forget about all that stuff that his father went through. Why?
I didn't say he should forget anything. I'm just saying he is an American.
African American, because he was born here. Just because he was born here, he's an African American. I guarantee you he doesn't agree with that. You don't even agree with being an African American. And you were born here. Go ahead. Give it to me, Darren. Go ahead.
I'm just vexed by it.
I don't know what you're saying, bitch.
I'm sorry. Oh,
I'm trying to figure out why you vexed by it.
He's born here. If I was born in Cuba, I'd be a Cuban. If I was born and raised in Cuba, I'd be Cuban. If I was born and raised in the U.S., I'm American. So
no.
He's born and raised in the U.S.
How many African children are born and raised in the United States and they don't consider themselves African American? And they're more African American than anybody. They consider themselves to be from the country that their parents are from. Period.
I'm gonna pin that one because I'm gonna put that in a poll over the next few weeks. Pete, because we're gonna take a few weeks off here and ponder this.
Why?
Because I need to consult 23andMe. I'm gonna
find out where you from.
No, I was born right there in West Philly.
Where's your mom from?
Millie's from Philly.
Right. Where's her mother from?
Probably Philly.
Where's her mother from?
Probably a whole lot of Philly here. Yeah,
it's not a whole lot of Philly.
My great-grandmother is born in Philly.
My
grandfather is from Philly. On my maternal side, on my paternal side, my grandmother's from Florida.
Right.
Grandfather from here.
Right.
So I suppose I'm from here since my paternal grandfather.
But he's not from here. He moved here. He came here.
Who? This guy?
Grandfather was born here?
Yeah.
Right. Where was his father born?
You still going back. We got to keep going farther and farther back.
Listen, didn't they do that for the Queen? Didn't they say she go all the way back to King Tut?
Oh, goodness gracious. And you said you brought her up earlier. Like, I'm not going to celebrate a whole lot of genocide and whatnot goes into propping the king clean up in her position.
I really thought you was going to come in here.
And that's what really, like, I'm a little heated about that one. Like, I was like, for a minute there, it was kind of cute because he was saying, like, I went to high school up there, so, I identify with these people. But, like, wowie.
Yeah.
That's how deeply it goes with you that you think it goes that deeply with me.
Yeah.
Oh,
why
my
wouldn't it?
God, Becky.
So you just go one notch under?
I know. And what are these notches?
I don't know what they are. I'm asking you. Well, P, you seem to know the legal system a little well. How do you? Oh man, those guys with those bikes really irk my nerves.
I sound more old than white when I'm saying it. And in the intro, you said I sound white to you. Yeah, okay.
Good.
Okay. Let's call the bank. Get a loan. Let's
if they let you do it via like a phone call, you'll definitely get the loan.
Man, please. I tell you what.
You get to using your big words, your encyclopedia words. Absolutely, you'll get the loan.
I think that opinion of UP is pernicious at best.
See, there it is.
Oh, my goodness. No. In fact, actually, I got to go back one because let me tell you, when I was teaching, right, and then I was emergency certified, and for some reason, I was enrolled in a program where I took special ed classes, right, and then at the end of doing the special ed, Cabrini had the program set up so that once you get all your classes sorted out, then you do your certification program over one summer. You can knock it all out. Bang. I thought I was okay, all right? Then the lady from it got back to me that my permit had been denied by the state. So I called the lady that's in charge of my permit or, overseer of my particular account. And this is where P is totally disproven. Because that woman answered the phone. Hello, good afternoon. This is Miss Blase Blas. And I said, hi, how are you? My name is Darren DeVoue. And yes, how can I help you? I was like, oh, shit. We know how this is going to go now. Once she heard my voice, her demeanor, at least her verbal demeanor, completely changed at that point. No, P. People hear my blackness, all right? I don't know what that HE double hockey sticks you be talking about.
Yeah. What? I don't know what you're talking about. I just said I thought you were going to talk about the Queen. You feel me? Because you went to Mansfield.
Oh, Mansfield, Pennsylvania. What's that got to do with that?
That has a lot to do with the Queen. Look it up.
Yeah, she came to the mountains of Pennsylvania.
Mansfield, England.
One of her former colonies. Oh, well, Mansfield, Mansfield.
Yeah, you because you don't connect everything to everything coming back. You just go, oh, yeah, this is where it's at.
All right, so hold on. Let's see what Mansfield, PA is named after real quick, since we got a few more minutes. Let's see, Mansfield. Well, the first thing that comes up is Mansfield University. All right, Mansfield, Pennsylvania. Wikipedia page. It was settled by an English settler from Rhode Island named Assaman. Cleared a large amount of forest. 1804, later plan. Yada yada yada. Mansfield is the place where the first night football game takes place under electric lights. That's celebrated every year. They do a little reenactment of the game there, P. Sometimes they do it during the halftime of the high school football games. They play it at the park there and they reenact the game. No. Anyway, it doesn't say why Mansfield. We got to assume that the name comes from Mansfield, England. Plus, it was settled by an English person. So, yeah. All right. So, yeah. So, Mansfield, England. So, what's the problem with Mansfield, England?
I didn't say anything.
And how are those two connected? And what the hell do I have to do with that? All right. And the fact that I wound up there. The place could have been called My Sack, Pennsylvania. And I still might have wound up there because that's where my family was when I was getting into trouble down here.
No. But okay, I get it.
All right, anyway. So you really thought that I would have said, "Oh, bloody
No. I thought you would say something about the Queen. I didn't say what you would say. Did I ever say what you would say?
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll say something about the Queen. P, we were talking about football and gambling and everything. Do you have Prince Charles on your fantasy team?
I do.
You did, Prince. Oh, I was trying to take a long shot gamble. I took one of those babies that one of Prince Charles's grandsons.
Right.
You know, one of the half black ones. I figured I'd try and make the long money on that bet.
What grandsons have? Oh.
You know which ones I'm talking about. The ones that probably won't be allowed at the funeral.
Yeah, they probably won't be. It's just
either that or they got to take that. Oh, that's your seat all the way. They're going to do them like they did Bobby Brown at Whitney Houston's funeral.
You know what? Him and his wife are so much in love, though, more than his brother and his wife.
Right.
Now, this is just a business arrangement with his brother. Like, the other brother, you know, was able to marry for real affection and love.
Okay.
You feel me? The oldest just married for, this is the type of woman you have to be with.
Well, in the old boy, playing devil's advocate for a hot side, I mean, that's what marriage used to be. I mean, a business arrangement between families. So, I mean, but here, like you said, with Harry and Meghan, that's what you call true love.
Right.
Well, isn't that special?
You know? So, P.
Yo.
I think that brings us to the end of our run here. We might have had a guess. I didn't say the name because, I didn't want to say because in case they didn't show, like, this person ain't Sugar Honey Iced Tea. But anyway, we got ourselves a little bit of rain down here. You can hear that rain patting on the ceiling of the building here. And we're going to be off for the next 3 weeks, folks. Taking a little trip to try and get this train tightened up. In the meantime, though, I'm going to harass P and bother him. Oh, P, I did fill out an application again for the Adopt a Highway, and I put myself down as the primary contact, so I know you got it left on your plate. I'm still waiting for the email back from those folks. So it goes back to the same area right there, right off of Curlin Street. Although that ramp right there to get on 95 South at Curlin Street, it says area available. And they got the sign there and whatnot, but when I tried to do it on the website, it wasn't letting me click that. So I guess when they call me or when I talk to someone, I'll just try and verbalize that. Listen, can we get that area right there? Because that's a nice little area right there. You know, high traffic, people see the sign. I think it'll work out better. But that's just my opinion, humble opinion. So with that, folks, that brings us to the end of this week's run. I'm going to go, because I was able to make the game, the Chester Clippers game Friday, I had to work today, which is my usual day off. So I'm going to go and try and pay some bills. And hopefully while I'm doing that, you folks are off to a peaceful, productive, and positive week. All right. In the meantime, we'll see you in 3 weeks. But until then, be safe. And on behalf of P, myself, and the station, cmpradio.net, the voice of Chester, please be safe and have a peaceful, productive, positive week. Thanks for joining us, folks.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain calm. As you can see, the train is being tented. Once tenting is completed, you will be disembarked in an orderly fashion.